Welcome to part 38 of Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. In this episode, we're going to open the road to Celestia and start chapter 8. But first, we got ourselves a plan for accessories, which, by the way, this is what happens when Nepgear gets up to level 70, or at least 75. And that plan that this dog is about to release was actually a plan for Celestia. And, yeah. Speaking of which, we'll worry about Celestia in a little bit, but this is off of the aftermath of the great deep fry war between Blonde and Vert and, Noir. With Neptune being made as neutral ground. And all Neptune did was accidentally put lime in the deep fry. So, after a while, things calmed down. Whatever the case, folks, we're about to head over to new territory here. Because we had to do these cutscenes in order for us to open up Celestia. More importantly, before I continue on to the end of the game, if I'm going for the true perfect ending, I'm gonna have to allocate the shares to where Planetune, Louis, Last Station, and Leanbox all have 20% or more. And that's the only way I'm going to be able to successfully get the true perfect ending. In fact, I'll actually show off the normal ending too when we actually get to part 42. Might as well do that. But, although I'm talking about the Japanese cutscenes, let's be honest, folks. Arfoire is just... her Japanese voice actor is having the time of her life. And so are the voice actors in Japanese for everybody else. And hell, even the English version are having the time of their lives. And that's how you know you've actually made a good dub where everybody enjoys what they're doing. So, what's happening here? Arfoire is in Celestia, which she has been in Celestia since the end of chapter 7 and part 37. So, she's using the powers of the goddesses to move all 4 lands to try to make them collide a la Tetris. She did not do this in the original. She just got her behind beat in Planetune, and then we pursued her in Celestia because she didn't want to admit defeat. Here, she's literally putting life or death stakes. There are 4 lands that are about to collide, and when they do, people will die. And if the CPUs are still on the planet, they will be among them if they don't stop Arfoire. So, we'll have to find a way to get to Celestia and beat the living hell out of Arfoire for the last time in order to stop the lands from colliding. By the way, there is no time limit to do this. Chapter 8 is the best time in the game to start doing some major league grinding. If you are not at the levels to do so. Because, let's face it, folks, everything that I've showed you how to do so far, it's going to all come up in the end. Like, I'm going to end up doing like 2 bestiary parts in part 40 and part 41 to basically show you some of the enemies we need to deal with and among them, some of the plans. But let's be honest, folks, when it comes down to Chapter 8, whatever stages that you have unlocked up to this time will be great places for you to grind. Even the additional stages that you run into, and that also includes the share quest as well. However, you can't really unlock the share quest without acquiring the plan for Rom and Ram to acquire the plan from Rom and Ram to get the ice ribbon, which would, by the way, unlock the plans for the additional dungeons for the share quest, and will also unlock plans to fight the CPUs in those dungeons, or should I say the fake CPUs in those dungeons. Unfortunately, since nobody's bought the share quest DLC or even the Lily Ranks DLC, I'm not going to show that off. And speaking of dungeons, everyone's going to try to go to Celestia via the elevator. In the first game, that's what all the makers, well, specifically IF and Compa, and all of the CPUs did. They all got into the elevator and went to Celestia and pursued Arfoire once they fought her at the beginning of Chapter 8. Then at the end of Chapter 8, we had to go to the landmass where Arfoire is located, and that would be Celestia. Meanwhile, here in this cutscene, everybody is being bunched up like a puzzle piece. They have like about 9 people, like 5 CPUs, let's see, they have more than 9 people. They have about 10 people trapped in an elevator. 11 if you count Arfoire. And let's not forget about the fact that Broccoli is riding on Gemma, so that's more people that's crowding the room. Although in IF's case, well, she's about to go straight to heaven. The cause of death? Vert's breast. And believe it or not, Vert's breasts are a dangerous weapon. So dangerous, she's even turned all 4 CPU candidates on their sisters in the manga. So yeah, look that up. You would see Vert smiling like she's some pimp with all 4 sisters surrounding her breast. It is fucking hilarious. The whole entire manga's hilarious too. But everybody being squeezed into the transporter, they're waiting for the go to Celestia. Unfortunately, unlike the original, R4 has learned her lesson. She's disabled the elevator that will lead them straight to Celestia. Oh, and speaking of Celestia, that means one more thing. The reason why Arfoire is pretty much upset with all of the weapons being altered. The weapons have a lot to do with Celestia. We'll see later on. And speaking of weapons, don't Neptune need one too? If I'm not mistaken, everybody knows that she's Purple Heart, so she should be getting her ultimate weapon. Or should I say her legendary weapon, I would say, because her ultimate weapon has not been created yet, and that's the Demon Blood Rain. Meanwhile, IF just doesn't care. She's just in heaven, just riding for its breast. Well, they don't actually put the character cut out on, or the character still onto Vert's breast, but still. I'm pretty sure they posed models in 3D and made them into 2D flats. That's pretty much how they did this. Look at IF. She's just in Cloud 9. And Kappa's worried about everybody's well-being. IF. No fucks are given. Bird's breasts are a dangerous weapon. Meanwhile, I'm also currently playing the other 3 games that I have in my possession, which is Rebirth 2, Rebirth 3, and also Mega Dimension V2. Dear God, Bird is just something else in those games. Anyway, the Basilicom staff finally shows up. And ironically enough, he actually has a way for everyone to get in. There is an area where the quartet used a secret passageway to get to the Rainbow Bridge, which is a knock on Rainbow Road, which is a place where you go where you die. And that's kind of the big gist of Celestia if you are not at level 85 or higher. I mean, there are some enemies that are less than level 85, but still, once you put on the risky fellows, though, all bets are off. Anyway, in order for them to actually get to Celestia, they're gonna need the keys. Well, the place can still be used. Problem? They need the keys, which is why Histoire is constantly in a huffy about everyone changing up the way the weapons look. The keys are the weapons. He almost called Neptune the lolly. Well, she kinda is, but still. Neptune finally got her legendary weapon as well, which is one of the keys to open the door to Celestia. So, now that we have that weapon, now we can actually access Celestia. But even better, Neptune's got the second best weapon in the game. So, that means Neptune can do some serious damage to a lot of enemies. That is until I get the Demon Blood Rain, which that'll take a while. But if I do get it, I will show it off, because that will probably be the weapon I use to destroy Arfoire. And Histoire is shocked too that the weapon that used to be the Trinity Blade had to be crafted into a different weapon because it was falling apart. So on that note, the Basilicom staff managed to fix the weapon while Neptune and the others were trying to plot their next move. So on that note, at least Neptune now has her second best weapon in the game. And by the way, Master Blade Neptune is an actual weapon in the first game. One of the more powerful weapons in the game, at least late game. Pretty sure you get that from a dungeon if I'm not mistaken. No wait, you buy that in the store in the first game. But it doesn't exist here. So, she did actually reference the past games a couple of times. She's talking about a weapon, she's talking about Neptune using her name in a weapon, and that isn't heard of in video games. The game is literally called Hyperdimension Neptunia. There's nothing as unheard of as that. Her name is literally in the title. And Kappa even thinks it's a lame name. So IF decides to name it. And what she names it, however, is Neptune's second best weapon in the game, the Holy Fang Blade, which, ironically enough, is also one of IF's attacks in that game, if I'm not mistaken, because she don't have it here, or she's not at the level to get it yet. But Holy Fang Blade is one of her attacks. Funny how she named a blade after one of her SP attacks. And then again, Neptune does have the Holy Fang Blade as a weapon, which you have to unlock in the ruins where you fought Neptune in the first game. So there's that. So everybody's in decision that IF pretty much named the sword the best name they could possibly give it, much to Neptune's chagrin. But whatever it's called, this is by far one of the best weapons to have in a game. Too bad, like the rest of the legendary weapons, you cannot carry it over to New Game Plus. So enjoy it while you can in Chapter 8, and use it to grind. Trust me, it'll help you.
This here is the ruins, where the path to Celestia can be opened. But it's a dead end. How do we get to Celestia?
There are slots on the wall, so the weapons need to be placed here?
Presumably. I believe they act as keys to opening the way to Celestia.
Wait a sec. If the weapons are the keys, then...
Yes. Now that they have all changed form, they won't fit.
Oh no. Is there another way to get there then, ST?
Sadly, no. But the ruins can function, so we just need a way to activate it.
Easy then. We just have to force them in.
That's impossible.
How about widening the slots so that the shapes fit?
Well, if you're gonna make them bigger, leave it to me.
No, wait! You'll break the wall!
Well, I suppose we have no choice but to force them in.
We'll never know until we try, right?
I suppose. But please be careful that you don't break anything.
No problem. Isti, you worry too much.
I'm actually worried most about you, Neptune. Well then, please place the weapons as I say. First, place the spear to the east wall.
Oh, me!
No, I'm talking about the original form, so that would be Blanc.
My, I jumped a bit too early there. I did it, Histoire!
I thought I heard a strange sound just now.
It's your imagination.
Why are you looking away from me? Anyway, next, to the south wall, the dual revolver.
My turn! How should I get this to fit the shape of a revolver?
Noir? As I mentioned before, please be sure not to break anything.
No problem. All I'll do is place the hilt here. See? Perfect!
Wow, that's dangerous with the blade jutting out of the wall. Fine. Next, to the west wall, the wisdom bow.
I thought as much so. See? I already have it in and it matches perfect.
What? Vert, What are you doing?
I just bent the spear so that it's in the shape of a bow. Why?
Whoa! It's like creaking? It looks like it's about to break.
I'm the last one!
Neptune, please be very careful that you not break anything.
Okie dokie. I won't break the wall like Blonde or the weapon like Vert. See? I already carved the edges of the wall so the sword can fit.
The sacred walls of the ruins! Carved!
You're the worst, Nep.
I guess what's done is done. Now, let's create the path to Celestia.
Finally! I can't wait!
Ancients, open the seal of the path into Celestia.
Wow, a shooting star is shooting into the skies.
Look! There's a rainbow path after the shooting star. It's so pretty.
Sincerely like a shooting star Bifrost.
Now the path to Celestia is open. Thank goodness.
Let's go, everyone! To save Gamindustri! To Celestia we depart!
Right!
Yeah, we're gonna hold off on trying to save the world for a little bit, at least for the next 3 parts. Yeah, we are gonna actually enter in the road to Celestia, but here's the thing. While we're entering in the road to Celestia, we're not going to get to the last area of the game, like to the event marker in the game, because that would mean we'll be going into endgame. Look at our share count. I would not be able to get the true final ending of the game if I went to the final boss right now. So I will show off the road to Celestia in part 39. More importantly, I'll also unlock Nanase Volcano in part 39 as well. This is Arfoire 985. We only got maybe 4 more videos to go and we are done with Hyperdimension Neptunia.